Hi, welcome to Pilates in a Flash. My name is Jen. We're going to get started today with our 30-minute workout, working our abs, our bum, and our thighs. Today you're going to need a pillow, so something small and something fairly light. Making sure your space is always cleared out around you to stay safe, and always go at your own pace. Okay, today we're going to get started on our knees. So our bum is going to be on our heels, and we're just going to sit kneeling. We're going to cross our arms across our chest, take a nice big deep breath in. Closing your eyes, breathing in and out. Gently rotating the rib cage towards the left as we breathe in and out. Rotating the rib cage towards the right, breathing in and out. Doing this a couple more times. Think about taking the breath into the ribs, not the shoulders. So the shoulders don't have to rise too much. We're thinking about expanding our rib cage, breathing in and rotating it very gently. Less about a twist or about how far you can rotate or going past that limit, just gently moving our spine while we breathe. One more time, breathe in and out. We're going to bring our right arm up and over, doing a small little lean towards the left, and then switching, left arm comes up and over, breathing in. Two more times, nice tall long spine. Think about the rib cage lifting up and over. One more time, breathe in and out. Excellent. We're going to go to our hands and knees. Okay, we're going to do a nice little weight shift. So we're going to send our tailbone back in space and then move our body forward. So we're just doing a little hip flexion here. So we're not tucking our tailbone under. We're thinking about keeping a little curve in our low back, okay? Our rib cage is up towards the ceiling. Our shoulder blades pulled around our rib cage. We're gonna go for 3. Sliding back and sliding forward, 2. As you slide forward, start to feel your abdominals engage a little bit as your head tips past your hands, 1. Good. Pausing here, lifting the breastbone away from the floor and then moving the breastbone down towards the floor. So just moving through our rib cage, breathing in as we lift and lower down, exhale, making sure that our tailbone doesn't move and we still have a little curve in our low back. We're going for 3. We're going to go for 2. And we're going to do one more. Lift up and pause. All right, today we're going to start where we ended last week. We're going to bring our left leg back, our right leg back and our left arm forward. And we're going to do our bird dog to start. Lifting and lowering our arm and our leg really gently. Shoulders away from the ears. Okay, pulling that breastbone up, squeezing through our glute and our hamstring to lift the thigh bone for 3, for 2, for 1, switching. Extending our right arm and our left leg, square the hips, untuck the tailbone, pull the belly button up. Breastbone stays lifted away from the floor, shoulders stay away from the ears as we tap our arm and our leg down and up for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. From here, you're going to take your left arm and bring it out into a T position. You're going to sweep it underneath, moving your eyes and your breastbone towards the right arm. And then the left arm comes out. And now you're going to lift that left arm up a little bit towards the ceiling, feeling your obliques, helping you move your rib cage, and then back down towards the floor. Breastbone goes towards the right a little, then breastbone comes back towards the left, up towards the ceiling. One more time, sweeping the arm down, sweeping the arm up. Good. Switching sides. So right arm goes out and it comes underneath. Breastbone follows, hips don't. So hips stay square, pull the low belly up. Try to think about that breastbone still being up between the shoulder blades, so we don't want to sink down, okay? We're thinking about a nice tall rib cage, filling out the back between the shoulder blades, and we're just rotating that rib cage underneath that left arm a little bit, and then over to the right and up towards the ceiling. Underneath the left arm a little bit. We're not collapsing. Between the shoulder blades, one more time. Underneath, moving that rib cage, and then towards the ceiling, eyes can follow. Excellent. We're going to swing our legs around, putting the pillow between our inner thighs. Sitting up nice and tall on our sit bones, arms are out in front. You're gonna think about tucking your tailbone under as you pull your belly button in, squeezing the pillow, flexing the feet, and we're gonna roll off our sits bones, curling down as we move backwards. So try and move through our spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, and making the nice shallow C position from our pubic bone to forehead. Hold as soon as you get to a position or an angle that's challenging for you. Continue to pull in your belly button a little bit more. We're gonna bring our right arm up and then down, and our left arm up and then down. Our ears are back over our shoulders. Keep pulling in that belly. Keep flexing the feet and squeezing the pillow ever so slightly. It doesn't have to be a big squeeze. We're gonna go for 4 more. So 4, shoulders don't lift as the arm bone moves, okay? So try not to shrug the shoulders up. I'm going for 2, pull the belly in, low belly in, and 1. And to come up, we come up from the crown of the head and come back up. Good, we're gonna do it again. Tuck the tailbone, curl back and down, breathe in. Pull the belly in, both arms go up and then down. It doesn't have to be all the way towards the ears. I kind of want you to stop before you lose sight of your hands. So I don't want you to lose sight of your hands. They stay in your vision, okay, your line of sight. We're going to keep pulling the belly button in, shoulders stay down, keep squeezing the pillow. Think about tucking that tailbone under just a little bit to make sure that that body is in a nice kind of C position. We're going for 3, for 2, 1 more, arms come up, excellent, and we sit back up. Sitting up nice and tall, breathing in, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the pillow, roll off the sit bone once more. We're gonna cross the arms across the chest and move that rib cage again. So we just did this on our hands and our knees, now we're doing it again as we're in this lovely C position. Staying tucked under, keep pulling the breastbone kind of back behind you, right, to fill out the back between the shoulder blades. Breathing in and out. You should feel side body and abdominals working for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Sit on up. Excellent. We're going to remove the pillow here. Okay, 1 more variation. Arms come up in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall on those sit bones. Tuck the tailbone under, curl back, breathe in. Pull the belly button in. We're going to lift our right leg up. Excellent. We're going to extend it, straightening the leg, and then we're going to bend and put it down. We're going to lift our left leg up and then kick a little forward, straightening the leg, bend and put it down. Good. Staying in the C position, just moving our legs, but our upper body doesn't move. If you don't feel quite challenged, you can lean back a little bit more. Lift, point, bend, lower. Lift, point, bend, lower. For 4, good. For 3, keep pulling in, 2, 1 more. Excellent. Good. Now we're going to add arms. So the right or left arm comes up as the right leg lifts and points. Good. And then lower. And then the right arm comes up, left leg points and lower. I think I said the same thing there. So then we're going left arm up, right leg. Good. Right arm up, left leg. Ooh, that's better. Okay, 1 more each side. Lift, pause, lift the leg, extend. Okay, lift, pause, lift the leg, extend. Okay, sit all the way back up. Good, breathe in. We're gonna curl down. So we're gonna do a nice articulation through our spine, taking our time, pulling in our low belly and our belly button as we come down, scooping through the tailbone, the sits bones, lowering down. You can use your hands on your thighs to slow you down, right? And do it with control, laying that spine down on the mat. Excellent. Okay. From here, we're going to start to engage our glutes a little bit more. So we're going to push into our feet, lift our pelvis up towards the ceiling, lower on down. Push into our feet, lift your pelvis straight up towards the ceiling. So feeling for hamstrings, so getting really heavy in our feet, pushing hard into the mat as we lift. Okay, that's base of support number 1. And then tops of shoulders, you can push those guys into the mat as you lift on up as well. You want to think about your pelvis like a plate, so as we lift, we don't tilt too much, okay? We keep a little curve in the low back, a low belly comes down, and our belly button comes down towards our spine. We're going for 5, 4, push into feet before you even lift that pelvis. 3, 2, good. Hold it on up, come halfway down and up, halfway down and up. So a nice little pulse here.
This is where you're gonna feel your glutes just a little bit more. So squeezing bum cheeks together, not under. Lifting and lowering the pelvis like a plate. So we're not scooping or tucking at any point. Push your knees towards the wall in front of you a little bit. Pull your heels towards your bum a little more hamstring activation for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Pull the belly down, 3, 2, 1. Good, lower on down. Excellent, lift it straight back up. So keeping that little curve in the low back, push into feet. We're gonna push into the left foot, right shoulder. We're gonna float the right leg up. We're gonna extend the right leg and bend the right leg. Extend the right leg and bend. For 5, 4, pushing the left foot, right shoulder, 3, keep squeezing the bum cheeks together, 2, good, 1, okay, switching, push into right foot, left shoulder, lift up that left foot, okay, extend it out towards the wall in front of you, keep the pelvis where it is in that neutral position, okay, making sure that diagonal piece of support is on for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Lower it on down. Excellent. From here, we're going to have one more variation. Push into feet, lift the pelvis up, pause. Squeeze the bum cheeks together, find those hamstrings, okay? I'm going to push into the left foot, right shoulder, lift the right leg up, okay? And now we're going to lower down, tap our bum, and push into the left foot, right shoulder to lift back up. Lower down, tap our bum, lift back up. Lower down, tap our bum, lift back up. So working just that that left leg, right leg doesn't really move. I want you to think about lowering that pelvis down like a plate and lifting it up like a plate. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Switch. Push in right foot, left shoulder. Left leg should float up. Lower down and tap and lift back up. Lower down and tap and lift back up. Bum cheeks squeeze towards each other. Low belly is still on. There's not a big movement in that pelvis, so you don't have to lift up high, right? It's not about the height. It's about where you feel the muscles working, and this is a glute hamstring exercise. For 4, push into the foot and shoulder. For 3, squeeze the bum cheeks together. For 2, for 1, good. Lower on down. Excellent. All right, we're going to take our arms and we're going to circle them overhead. Just moving our arm bones in the socket, moving our shoulder blades. Okay? Feeling for shoulder blades moving on the mat. But there's no pain in the shoulder as you do this. So if your arms come overhead and you feel a little bit of pain, you don't have to go all the way overhead. You can just kind of stop and come up and then come down, okay? We're going to do 2 more. 1 more. Excellent. Hands are going to come back behind the head. You're going to nod the chin, look at your breastbone, doing a nice little ab curl to start, and then uncurl. So moving through the upper spine, right? Curling to come up. It's not a lift. We don't lift straight up towards the ceiling. We nod the chin and articulate our upper spine, and then uncurl it. Shoulders away from the ears is going to help you feel more side body, and I want you to feel for that little curve in the low back. Right? So that little curve is off the mat and it stays off the mat as you ab curl. Your pelvis doesn't move, so you don't lose that little curve, right? That pubic bone and those hips don't shift, okay? Pulling the belly down and the low abs down to maintain a neutral pelvis. Continuing to pull that belly button towards spine even though you're curling, which is something I forget about all the time. Good. From here, you're going to hold that ab curl. So hold the ab curl, eyes are low on the belly button, pubic bone, or breastbone. I need to shift my pelvis so that I have a little curve in the low back because I kind of just lost it. So I'm going to anchor my tailbone, shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to bring one leg into tabletop, the opposite leg into tabletop. You've got it. I'm going to extend and bend. There's a pattern. Extend and bend. Good. Low belly on. Continue to pull the belly button towards the spine. Eyes are low. You're doing that nice curl, shoulders away from the ears. So you have your upper abs working and your low abs working to hold that pelvis nice and still so that your thigh bones can move and your knees can bend and extend. For 4, for 3, for 2. We're going to do both at the same time. Extend, bend, extend, bend for 2 more, excuse me, 1 more, excellent. Uncurl, feet on the ground. Good job. We're going to do a tiny bit of our obliques here, and then we're going to move on to glutes. So legs are going to come back up into tabletop. You're going to come back up into that ab curl. So ab curl first. Level the pelvis, anchor the tailbone, then lift the legs into tabletop. There should be no movement in your pelvis as you lift your legs, okay? So ab curl first, anchor the tailbone, lift the thigh bones, okay? We're going to do that lovely little ab curl. So we're going to do the ab curl, and then we're going to come over to the left, and I'm going to extend the right leg, and then I'm going to switch. Come over to the right, extend, and switch. I'm doing this slow, so it should be excruciating, okay? When you move to that opposite leg, right, or going over to the right, you're moving just your rib cage. Your hips and knees and thigh bones don't sway. They don't go with you. And you're not smushing out that little curve in the low back either. That little curve in the low back is there. So you got to think about the movement of your rib cage, just your rib cage. Good. And we keep that ab curl, okay? Eyes down. Push the breastbone back behind you. Good. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Uncurl. Feet on the ground. Good. Okie dokie. We're going to come on over to our side. We're going to come up onto our forearm. We're going to breathe in and just move our rib cage. Breathe in, move the rib cage. Okay, feet are flexed, knees are bent, shoulders are away from the ears. Just some movement. And it should feel good. The little stretch should feel like it's underneath the armpit and the ribs underneath the armpit when you come up and over. And you're lifting your ribs up and over with your arm, okay? 1 more, up and over. Good. Okay, side bump. Let's do it. So I'm going to do it on the forearm, okay? Top leg is straight, bottom leg is bent. From here, if you want the pillow for a reminder not to sink down, you can put the pillow there, okay? If you don't need the pillow, you don't have to have it. My pillow's a little bit of a weird shape. I mean, it's a normal shaped pillow, but it feels funny underneath my ribs, so I don't like to use it. But while we're in this position, I'm already doing this. Shoulders need to stay away from the ears. With my hand on my hip, I kind of go like this. So I'm going to bring my hand in front of me, okay? Hand comes in front, pull the low belly in, okay? Breathe in to make sure that the chest is not leading, so your breastbone isn't too far forward. As you lift and lower that top leg, you need to think, where do I have to feel this? And I'm feeling it kind of more in the front than I am in the side. So I need to send my hips, making sure that they're stacked forward a little bit, and then the thigh bone back just a little bit. And there we go. There's more work being done in the side bum and the hip. And it's not a big adjustment. It's a couple of millimeters, and it changes the way in which my leg is lifting and who is doing the lifting. And who is doing the lifting is the side bum hip, okay? We're going to go for 3, we're going to go for 2, and we're going to pulse. We're going to lift it up. I'm going to bring the top arm up, okay? And we're going to pulse, 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 pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're going to go straight into side bridge here. So making sure that the elbow is underneath the shoulder, shoulder away from the ear. I'm going to stretch out that top leg. I'm going to keep the bottom leg bent. Pushing into the bottom leg, lift up and lower down. Lift up and lower down. For 4, then we're going to hold. For 3, for 2, low belly in, squeeze the bum cheeks together. 1, up you come. Bum cheeks squeeze together, okay? Hips are stacked, top leg is long, hold. You're going to lift and lower that top leg. So you're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. 5, just to hip height. 4, making sure the breastbone isn't forward. 3, fill out the back ribs. 2, good. 1, excellent. Pause with the leg up. Arm comes up for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good, excellent. Let's move around to the opposite side. So first, starting with moving our ribs, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. One more time, breathe in and out. Okay, I'm going to stay up on this form. If you need to double up the mat so that your elbow doesn't hurt, so it's not being smushed into the ground, you can do that. Top leg is long, bottom leg is bent. I'm gonna lift and lower that top leg. Shoulders away from the ears, so that top arm is gonna come in front instead of on my hip. But I need to be mindful that both waistlines are long, right? So both waistlines are long. One isn't being crunched, okay? So usually the top one is being crunched just a little. So I'm gonna bring my hand in front of me so that my shoulder stays away from my ears. I'm gonna make sure that I'm feeling the side bum as I lift and lower that top leg, right? So right now I'm kind of feeling maybe a little shake in the quad and the hip flexor. So I'm gonna make sure I send my thigh bone back in space just a bit. There we go. Couple of millimeters, couple of centimeters just back behind me. Still not moving my hips. We're gonna pulse in about 5, 4, low belly in, 3, squeeze the bum cheeks together, 2, good, lift and lower. Now we're gonna pulse. My arm's gonna come up towards the ceiling, and I'm gonna come halfway down and up, halfway down and up. So it's not about the speed, okay? Remember, it's not fast. Our hips don't move, our upper body stays nice and strong. Our ribs stay lifted, mine are a bit crunched here, okay? We're gonna pulse for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Push into the bottom leg and the top foot, lift up and lower down. Lift up and lower down, lift up. Bottom leg is essential. Feel side body working. Okay, shoulders are away from the ears. We're going for 3. We're going for 2. We're gonna hold up on 1, lift, hold, lift the top leg up, lower down. Top leg up, lower down, hips don't move, it's just the thigh bone moving. I stay strong in my supporting leg. Shoulders stay away from the ears, breastbone stays back. Okay, 2 more, and then we hold. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, hold. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Perfect. Coming onto hands and knees. Coming back into child's pose just for a second. We're going to work back of shoulder just a tiny bit. So I'm going to come down onto my belly, okay? My forehead is on the mat. We've done this before. We've used cans. I don't want to use the weights, okay? Because I want to kind of perfect the movement. So shoulders away from the ears. I want my arms to be really long and strong and kind of snugged up against my body. Before I lift my straight arms towards the ceiling, I'm squeezing my armpits and I'm lifting my arms up and I'm lowering on down and I'm relaxing. Shoulders away from the ears. Lift the arm bones up and down. I don't want you to feel a squeeze between the shoulder blades. I want you to feel for muscles working in your armpits, below your armpits, back of shoulder, and back. So kind of mid-back, okay? So avoid the squeeze in the shoulder blades together. That's not what I want. I want the arm bones to squeeze towards the body as if you're squeezing lemons with your armpits. Then slide those arms up and lower them down. Your neck is not working also, so making sure that you're not feeling tension in your neck. We're gonna go for 5, lift. We're gonna go for 4, lift. We're gonna go for 3, shoulders away from the ears, squeeze the arm bones and triceps are on. So back of shoulder, or excuse me, back of arm is on. 1 more, lower down, lift and come halfway down and up, halfway down and up. Arm bone stays squeezing in towards the body, arm stays really straight for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent, good job. Okay, coming up into high plank, so coming up, low belly up, shoulders away from the ears. Feet can be wide, okay? High up on the tippy toes. And you're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop to knees. We're gonna add on, okay? So we're gonna come back up into that table, or that high plank. And we're gonna lift that right leg up, lower down. Lift the left leg up, lower down. Right leg, left leg. 2 more. Right leg, left leg. Excellent. Send back into a down dog. breathing in, try not to collapse through the breastbone. So the breastbone stays lifted. We don't come down here, okay? We lift our breastbone up. We float back into high plank and come back into down dog. High plank, down dog. High plank, down dog. One more high plank, hold. Good. From here, I want you to slide the left knee towards the right knee towards the right elbow. The left knee towards the left elbow. So we don't tuck our tailbone under. We keep a little curve in the low back. Good. For 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Swinging the legs around. Coming seated up nice and tall. And we're going to curl to come down, okay? So breathing in. Slowly articulating our spine, pulling our abdominals in. Arms can be outstretched in front of you, laying our spine piece by piece by piece. Okay, so try not to flop down. We're going to do 2 more. We're going to roll up, breathe in, nod the chin, curl. So we're moving our whole spine. This is where we lose the little curve in our low back because we're coming up vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. Trying to articulate our spine up and then down, okay? Tucking the tailbone under, laying each piece of our spine down as we go, noticing if there's like a flat point or a ka-thunk. It's fine, it's normal. Eyes on breastbone, one more time, curl to come up. Excellent. And then uncurl or lay the spine down piece by piece, pulling the belly button in and down. Good. Okie dokie. Almost done. Our last big ab move for today. Our hands are going to be behind our head. Okay? We're going to do that ab curl. Pause. So we look at our breastbone, we curl to come up. We make sure we have a little curve in our low back. We anchor our tailbone. Belly button comes down, low belly comes down. Our abs are not like a dome. They're not puffed up. They're pulling towards our spine. Legs up into tabletop. Excellent. From here, we're going to take our right arm out, our left arm out, and we're going to extend our legs. Okay? Hands come back in. I'm going to hold my ab curl. Right arm out, left arm out, extend. Okay, hold that ab curl. I'm starting to shake. Right arm, left arm, extend. Low belly is on to hold that pelvis still and in a neutral position. 2 more times. Arms out, legs extend, legs bend, arms back. Keep that ab curl. Look down at the breastbone. Keep pushing the breastbone back behind me. Whoops, I missed my arms. Good. Uncurl. Little break. I'm going to clap my hands together. I'm going to move my rib cage from one direction to the other, left and right. As I move, it's gentle. I'm just trying to release a little bit of tension. That could be around my shoulders or my spine. Encouraging my ribs to come back down towards the mat, okay? Excellent. Okay, from here, we're going to do a variation of teaser. It's teaser 1, I believe. My legs are going to be out in front of me. My shoulders are going to be away from my ears, okay? From here, we're going to nod the chin, curl to come up. I still have a little curve in my low back, so I'm curling up to about my low ribs. My legs come up into tabletop. Now I'm going to continue to curl my spine, just like with the curl ups. So I'm thinking about losing the little curve in my low back, which means my belly button and my low belly has to be pulled in. And I got to come all the way up into that seated position. Legs extended. Okay? Bend the knees. No, keep the legs straight. Ha, I forgot. Curl down. It's the worst to forget when you're mid-teaser. Bend the knees, put the feet down. Whoops. Let's try that again. So you're going to do those legs straight down. Eyes on breastbone, curl. Low belly down. Legs come into tabletop. Keep curling. Extend. Okay, and then curl the spine back down towards the mat. Once the spine is down, then bend the knees, put the feet on the ground, lower the legs, okay? 2 more times. Eyes on breastbone, shoulders away from the ears. If your head needs support, keep your hands behind your head. And then you can bring them to the backs of thighs as you pull yourself up, or you can always keep your feet on the ground, okay? And do one leg at a time with an ab curl. There's always a variation, okay? So legs down, arms down, if you can. Eyes on breastbone, pause, okay? Come into that ab curl, pushing the breastbone back behind me. I still have a little curve in my low back. Legs come into tabletop, tailbone is anchored. As I come up, I extend my legs, okay? As I go down, the legs stay out. Bend the knees, tabletop, feet down, okay? One more time, legs are straight. Eyes on breastbone, tuck my chin in. Ab curl, pull the belly button in, low abs on. Bring the legs into tabletop. Continue to curl, extend the legs. Uncurl, back down towards the mat. Bend the knees, feet are down. Good job. We're going to take those arms, we're going to circle them overhead again. Breathing in. Opposite direction, bring them down the body, then out and around. I'm going to bring my arms into a T position. I'm going to let my legs go really wide, and I'm going to gently rock my knees and my thigh bones from one side to the other. And I'm going to move my head the opposite direction. Okay, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Bringing those legs around, coming on up, and saying thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a great day and a great workout, and I will see you again next week. Bye.